a very special day, a very big luncheon, where we're able to give the beneficiaries the money that we made at the giving fair, the We Care giving fair. And it was just really a huge success this year. And so we're so thankful that we have
Where's the
different...
Just put it on the table.
We have the charities here. But first of all, we need to appreciate our illustrious chair, Jackie Shahood. Jackie, stand up. She'll probably say that it was all the committee that did it. And she'll also say that all the raffle tickets were sold to the men who played golf. But at any rate, you know, she's very modest, you know, so anyway, we want to have Jackie's committee stand up too. And I have a list of the people, and if I miss somebody, you'll have to tell me. First of all, and also with new faces here, it's kind of good. So first of all, we have our president, Ann Everett. Just want to stand up? Let everybody stand up and then we can the marketing, Betty Barrett. And now I have to say with marketing, hold your applause until we're all through and you can remain standing. With the marketing, we just have to say that Mashpee TV has been a real plus. And, you know, I'm just trying to think. Chris Ball is behind the camera now. He's right there. And Michelle, no, it's Melissa Sweat. It's Melissa Sweat. She's wonderful. And do you know that Mashpee TV is also a nonprofit organization? I didn't know that. They come and they do this. They did all the advertising for us. Anyway, to continue with the committee, we have the past president, Susan Finkel. She's here. And the hospitality person, Kitty Gold. And we have Janet Canali. And we have Deb Neville. Yeah, we have Carolyn Noble. And Deb Vaughn. Anyway, the amount of effort and the time that Jackie put into this, and all the committee members, was unbelievable, and that's why we're able to be here today. You know, we're able to give 100% of the profit less the expenses to the people. And it goes into our charitable giving trust as well. So we're going to do the tables differently today. Afterwards we do, but first of all I need to introduce Deb Vaughn, and she's going to show us a video of the scholarship recipients. So I can turn this off now, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to speak loudly enough. I have a loud enough voice, so we can't run the handheld with the computer. I have something I prepared about. You're going to see a video of the past 5 young ladies who were the recipients of our scholarship from our giving fair. And it's my extreme pleasure and honor to be introducing these 5 extraordinary young women, the recipients of our scholarship. Before watching this video, you'll be hearing from each one of the girls. And it took a lot to chase these girls down, believe me, for this video. I started way back in May and said I needed it for October, thinking that they'd get it to me. I didn't want to bug them when they went back to school. And August 31st, I still didn't have them. So once the word was out that I was looking for them, they got them all to me. So it was good. I have a network of the students in town. But as a former educator at Nashville Middle High School, I had the highest honor of having each one of these fabulous ladies in the classroom at various times during my tenure. Most I had for multiple years during their high school career. And my words can't express how very proud I am of each of these young women for becoming the wonderful, strong, and caring people that I knew that they would be when I first met them. Each of these ladies have always been acutely aware of any obstacles in their way, but ultimately decided what they wanted to pursue and continually worked hard to achieve it, actually chasing what they believed in. They're self-aware, independent, but know when to ask for help. These gals are persevering, balanced, humble, respectful of both themselves and others, vibrant, full of kindness, generosity, and compassion. Each of these young women aren't afraid to share their opinions, that's for sure. speak the truth, and listen intently to others. They value everyone's opinion and respect the rights of all. They are selfless and always willing to take care of others. After viewing this video, I'm sure that you will agree that our scholarship monies, which are very much appreciated by these girls, couldn't have been awarded to anyone more deserving than them. So without further ado, we're going to meet and hear from these young ladies in this order. First, we're going to be hearing from Shivani Patel, who is our most recent scholarship recipient, Mashpee Middle High School class of 2021, now attending Suffolk University. Followed by Caitlin Boyd, Mashpee Middle High School class of 2020, now attending Connecticut College. Madison Egan, Mashpee Middle High School class of 2019, attending Harvard University. Brianna Cheatham, Mashpee Middle High School class of 2018, now attending Boston College with the hopes of going on to the nursing school. And Lauren Levine, Mashpee Middle High School class of 2017, who graduated this year from the University of Connecticut and is now out in the working world with the rest of us, so where we all were once. So without further ado, please listen intently because one of the gals speaks very, very quiet.
The last girl's very just soft-spoken, so you can hear her, but she's a little bit lower than the other girls.
Yeah. So enjoy the video.
Hi, my name is Shivani Patel, and I am currently a first-year student at Suffolk University, where I am majoring in psychology with a minor in law. I just graduated as salutatorian of my class from Mashpee High School this past school year. First, I would like to say thank you to everyone here for having me and awarding me this scholarship. It truly means a lot to me, to those who took the time to review my application and select me as a recipient. And with this scholarship money, I hope to not only use it towards my educational tuition and costs, but also as a motivator for myself as a student. Receiving this scholarship highlights my moments in high school where I continued to work hard. And this is the same dedication and hard work I want to remember while being at Suffolk, especially during those times where it gets challenging and I feel like giving up. Before high school, I was very quiet and uninvolved in my school community. Therefore, I made it a goal in high school to start joining clubs and challenging myself to take higher level courses. And by the end of high school, I'm proud to say that I was able to take 8 AP courses and be an officer in many clubs. And this would include being president of the Mu Alpha Theta Math Honor Society, vice president of the Kiwanis Ski Club, treasurer of the National Honor Society, and secretary in both the English and Social Studies Honor Societies. And I was also a part of the Children's Cove Teen Task Force since 10th grade, where a group of 10 students and I would meet to learn about domestic and sexual abuse among the youth and work on awareness and outreach programs to share within Mashpee. And in my last year, I was also a part of the Senior Mentor and Tutoring Program. And this was where we worked with the middle school to offer academic guidance to students who were struggling because of COVID or remote learning. And due to the amount of countless opportunities offered at Mashpee, I was able to get involved in so many of these activities, which not only helped me in making connections with my peers, but also allowed me to learn more about my community. Becoming involved was what inspired me to continue seeking volunteer opportunities outside of school and also to join Suffolk. Suffolk University offers many internship and volunteer opportunities that vary between many different fields, and also they encourage community engagement and service, which is something I'm very passionate about. While attending Suffolk, I hope to utilize my skills and experiences that I gained in Mashpee and to add many more during my time there. In the future, I hope to continue my education in law school and find a career within that field. Thank you once again for your time.
Hello, I am Caitlin Floyd. I am a sophomore at Connecticut College, and I'm the 2020 recipient of the Women's Club of New Seabury Scholarship. And I just wanted to make this little video to say how grateful I am to have your continued support for my education and how amazing the commitment is of a 4-year scholarship. So thank you. So it's August when I'm filming this, and I am in the beautiful Connecticut College Arboretum. So if there's some nature noises, I apologize. But maybe you guys won't be watching this till November. But I'm here. I'm here early actually because I'm a student advisor. So I am helping move in the incoming class of 2025 and getting to meet all the new freshmen, which is a wonderful experience. The ability to help everyone just become more comfortable at Connecticut College is amazing for me. And so a little bit about me, because I'm a sophomore, this is a big time of like declaring my major and all those things. So I am undeclared as of right now. I'm an intended neuroscience major and possibly a human development minor. And a great thing about my Connecticut College education is this thing called Pathways. It's a way for my education to become more interdisciplinary besides having a major and a minor. So I will most likely be joining the public health pathway, and on that pathway I can learn from different departments in a way that supports the theme of public health and how we can better the community in a health way. And then, sorry, I have my notes over here. So I'm taking some interesting courses this semester. I am taking a human development class called Children Learning Environments, where I will actually be able to work at our Connecticut College preschool. And so I'll be learning about the children and helping support their early education, which I'm really excited about. And then also just a fun little thing that I'm taking scuba diving as a way to get my scuba certification, and then to hopefully use that to help with ocean cleanups that are happening in the southern Connecticut area as part of an environmental standpoint. And then also, COVID did so many things last year. You all know that. I'm sure you know how hard it was to run a club. But I actually was able to get involved with a lot of clubs on campus in the past year. First of all, I am the secretary of Oceana, and which is our ocean conservation club. And on top of that, I also am a writer and the events director for our on-campus blog. It's an all-women blog called Her Campus. It's actually a national organization, but for our chapter, I write weekly articles about that. And then I also do a lot of work with our Office of Health Promotion and Wellbeing in order to create a campus that is more dedicated to the health of its students, and creating that kind of environment. And what else did I want to talk about? I just wanted to say that, again, I am so grateful for your support, and I'm excited for the future of what's to come. So I'm only a sophomore this year, but in my junior year, I am planning to study abroad. Fingers crossed I make it to Australia. And I even had a meeting this morning about possibly being a shadow of an occupational therapist over winter break. So I have a lot of things coming up that are very exciting, and I am so grateful to have the Women's Club of New Seabury's support in all these future endeavors. Thank you.
Hello, New Seabury Women's Club. I so wish I could be there with you today, but since I can't, this video will have to suffice. My name is Madison OBrien, and I'm currently a sophomore at Harvard College, and I graduated from Mashpee High School in 2019. First and foremost, I wanted to take the opportunity to thank you for supporting myself and other strong, independent, smart young women, because we couldn't have gotten to where we are today without the support of other strong women. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Now I'll tell you a little bit about what I've been up to lately. So over the summer, I interned for a campaign for a man running for Boston City Council. His name is Alex Gray, and he's running to be Boston's first blind city councilor. So it's been a very rewarding experience to be a part of such a historic campaign that's putting people with disabilities at the forefront of politics, which we don't often see. And I've also enjoyed connecting with individual voters. I also worked at Puritan Clothing Company in Mashpee in Falmouth, which I really liked because I love fashion and clothing, so it was really the perfect job for me. At school here at Harvard, I'm involved in a few different organizations. I am the Assistant Communications Director of the Harvard Votes Challenge, which is a civic organization on campus dedicated to bringing voter registration up to 100% of eligible students, staff, and faculty, and we also promote all forms of civic engagement, not just voting. So Essentially, I run social media accounts such as our Instagram account, and I help connect individual students to Harvard's vast civic engagement resources. I am also part of the Harvard Undergraduate Foreign Policy Initiative. In the spring, I worked with the Swedish government to complete an economic analysis of the effects of the pandemic through a gendered lens. So essentially, I did research about how the pandemic has affected Swedish women in particular. And it was amazing, really. I got to work with the Swedish foreign minister and her staff, which was very enlightening. And it truly showed me all of the opportunities that Harvard has to connect with smart, interesting people. I'm thinking of studying history, and I'd like to get a minor in Spanish if possible. So I've been taking a lot of social studies and humanities classes and enjoying every bit of it. So I just wanted to once again say thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Hi everyone, my name is Brianna Cheatham and I am a senior at Boston College studying in nursing and minoring in global public health. And I'm so sad that I couldn't be with you all today, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I've been up to the past 4 years and how your scholarship has really helped me tremendously to accomplish so much at Boston College. I just cannot believe that it's almost been 4 years since I graduated from Mashpee High School and received this scholarship, and I feel like so much has happened since then. So I'm excited to be able to tell you a little bit about what has been going on and how your scholarship has helped me to achieve all of those great accomplishments. So my freshman year, I came in, I remember I was so nervous. I didn't know anyone that had ever come to Boston College, and just being a freshman is nerve-wracking in general, but especially coming from a small public high school to a larger private institution is just very much of a culture shock, especially when in Mashpee we know most people. Um, but it was actually great. I remember I went to the student involvement fair that my school hosts every fall semester, and instantly, like, there was so many tables. It was kind of overwhelming, but it was great. And I joined the Cape Verdean Student Association. My grandmother was Cape Verdean, so it was great to kind of connect with my culture, and the group really has become my second family. Like, we go to the movies together, we get dinner. It's been great to host events with them as well, and this year I'll be the co-president with my roommate. So I'm super excited for all of the events that we have planned and upcoming. And then my freshman year, I also was a part of the Dominican Republic Service and Immersion trip. So it was a cohort of about 25 BC students, and we were paired with two faculty members. And we went to the Dominican Republic in the spring during our spring break for 10 days. And it was amazing to just connect with the kids, and it was really focused on education and understanding the culture and understanding the inequalities that exist within their education system, and how we can also apply that to the inequalities that exist in the educational system in America. And so just bridging that gap and, like, really viewing our own issues in America from an outside lens, and also viewing the issues in the Dominican Republic from being in America was an amazing experience. I also was able to study abroad in Paris, France during the summer of my freshman year. So it was another BC class that was offered. And so for a month, I stayed in Paris with about 10 other students. And it was such an eye-opening experience. I had never really been out of the country like that for such a prolonged time. But I learned so much about myself. I really gained so much independence, and just it was just craziness. And then sophomore year, because I'm in nursing, that's when we started our nursing clinical. So the summer of my sophomore year, I started working at Boston Children's Hospital as a care companion. And so as a care companion, I worked one-on-one with patients that needed extra care or just extra safe. They had extra safety concerns. So it was really great to really build one-on-one relationships with patients, because you were just sitting there or playing with them for 8 to 12 hours, depending on the shift that I was assigned. That summer, I also became an orientation leader. I remember Miss Ket, if anyone knows, who works at Mashpee High School. She had always told me, she was like, you would give off vibes, like you could be a tour guide. And I had never thought of ever doing anything like that. But when orientation leader was super fun. Unfortunately, because of COVID, it was on Zoom, but it was great to connect with the students. And luckily, BC opened for my fall semester junior year, so I was able to really make connections with these first year students online in the summer and then really see them on campus in the fall, which has been great. And then junior year was awesome as well. I focused a lot more on my nursing courses. So I had labor and delivery, I had pediatrics and adult health, and I learned so much. I've been at so many of the major Boston hospitals, Brigham and Women, Mass General, Boston Children's. So it's been great. And it was really such a formative year because it helped me to kind of narrow down what I wanted to do for my nursing career in the future. So this year, kind of fast forward, it's kind of all been a whirlwind. It does not feel real. I still feel like I'm a freshman walking up scared and nervous. Um, but as I said, I'll be the CVSA, or the Cape Verdean Student Association president this year. I also was an orientation leader again, and as a returning orientation leader, I kind of took on more of a leadership role in planning the events of orientation, and that was really such a great experience because this past week, actually, we did a lot of in-person programming, and so being able to, again, we were on Zoom for most of our meetings during the summer, but now being able to see them in person again and work with so many great other peers has been amazing. And then I also this summer have been working at Boston Children's Hospital again, but this time I work as a nursing assistant on the oncology and hematology floor, which has been such a special and rewarding experience that I just would have never pictured myself in. My grandmother had passed away from pancreatic cancer, so I always kind of knew that was my connection to nursing, and it really was what fueled me and motivated me to enter this profession. And so just being able to be on that floor and just connect so well with the patients and the families has been amazing. And I really hope to continue doing that after I graduate. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to these past 4 years. The scholarship has really helped me tremendously. And as I said, I really wish I could be there in person, meeting you all. But I hope this was just a little glimpse into my life. And really, without the work that you all do to really gather up the funds for the scholarship, like I really probably would not have been able to continue at BC. So just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, the new Seabury Women's Club. You guys are amazing. I hope you enjoy your luncheon, and thank you so much. Have a great day.
Hi, my name is Levine, 2017 graduate from Mashpee High School. I wish I was able to be there with you all today. Since graduating from Mashpee High School, I went on to the University of Connecticut, where I majored in pathobiology with a minor in molecular and cellular biology. Thanks to your generosity, I was able to enroll at UConn and experience so many opportunities and truly have a wonderful education. Two of my favorite parts of my time at UConn would be my commitment to Alpha Phi Omega, a community service organization where I contributed over 200 hours of service to my community, and Huskython, an 18-hour dance marathon that raised funds for the Connecticut Children's Hospital. As a 3-year member of that amazing organization, I was able to raise over $2,000 for the kids. I've inserted some pictures here of me and some of my friends in these groups that I was able to be a part of.
This picture is of some of my friends and I on our Huskython team at the event this past year, which we hosted outside. It wasn't the traditional 18 hours straight of dancing, but we still had a great time. Also featured in this photo is Jonathan the Husky, the official mascot of the University of Connecticut, who I was lucky enough to care for during my time at school as a member of Alpha Phi Omega.
if it were not for your contributions, I'm not sure I would have been able to have the same academic and college experience as some of my fellow students at UConn. Mostly I used the scholarship funds to pay for books and other necessities for my academics, like homework, codes, book access, and a computer freshman year, which made a huge difference in being able to afford necessary supplies. I graduated this spring and was awarded the distinction of New England Scholar, having maintained a 3.7 GPA or above for the last 3 semesters of my time at UConn. Since graduating, I've accepted a position at Siemens Healthineers, where I work as a laboratory tech in the amino acid development. So different types of blood tests that you would get at a doctor's office, I make in a lab. I make all the chemical reagent parts. I wish I were able to be there in person today to thank you for all your contributions that have made such an impact on me and my education. Some future plans I have include applying to graduate school, perhaps maybe at the University of Connecticut in the pathobiology department, where I can continue my studies with professors that I've got to know over the last few years. Once again, thank you for supporting me over the last 4 years and helping me finance my education.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you for doing that video. Sorry it didn't work out, but at least we know that our money is well spent. I'm telling you, those kids are wonderful, those girls. And now, I think alphabetically, I will call the beneficiaries up. And we'll start with A Baby Center. And this is Robin Haywood, and she's from Irons. We have a mic now, so.
Okay. I told Julie I didn't have a problem with speaking up because my last job I was a camp director, so this is nicer. I don't have to yell at you. So I just wanted to say a few words about a baby center for those of you who may not know about us. We're going into our 22nd year serving the community. We're a part of the Cape Cod Council of Churches. We're a program of theirs. And some of our kiddos are actually graduating college. Can you imagine? So right now we're serving about 350 parents, but about 475 children each month. They can come once a month for diapers, wipes, formula, clothing, and necessities. And because of COVID, our way of serving them is a little bit different, but they're still getting all of the needs that they require to become healthy and thrive. COVID was difficult. We lost, I would say, 80% of our volunteers because our volunteers are seniors and super seniors. So we have about 10 volunteers right now, and we operate on a volunteer team of 50. So we have 3 employees, and we all work very hard to make sure that the kiddos and parents that line up in front of our doors are given what they need. I wanted to tell you very quickly about some of our new initiatives that you help make possible at a baby center, and probably one of the most important ones is right on your table, and you'll see a little brochure that says Dottie. Well, a baby center will start giving out free period supplies to our clients. You can imagine if you can't afford your diapers and wipes, parents always think of themselves last. So, period supplies for free. It only seems right, doesn't it? Why is it called Dottie? Well, it's so much easier to call and ask for information when you can say, hi, I heard about your Dottie program. Could I talk to somebody about that? Than when you're a pastor or a school administrator and you have to say, is there somebody there to talk to about period supplies? Sometimes that's difficult. So we make it less difficult at a babysitter. The last thing I want to tell you is that this year we're also providing pull-ups, and that's something that we never collected before, but it's really needed. So we're going to be providing pull-ups to our children for free as well. We can't do any of this without all of you, and I just have to say thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts at a baby center, because it's something we do because we love our families, we care about those children in our communities, and we know that all of you do too. So thank you.
Next, we'll have Ruth Provost of the Boys and Girls Club.
Thank you, Julie. Hi, everybody. This was a wonderful lunch, and I want to thank you not only for the lunch, but the support you've given to my kids over the years. You've made such a difference. And on your table, I have put the impact of your support on teens in Massachusetts. We run probably the only teen program on Cape Cod. We aggregate the numbers for Massachusetts over all the Boys and Girls Clubs with teen programs through annual surveys. This is the 2020 data, and it shows that the impact of your donations to the Boys and Girls Club really make a difference in helping our youth avoid risky behaviors. I think that's the key takeaway for any donor, is what impact does my gift have. For those of you who don't know, the Boys and Girls Club runs before and after school programs that are basically free during the winter. We run a summer day camp, which is highly affordable and subsidized with about $26,000 in scholarship money. And we run, as I said, probably the only teen program left on Cape Cod for teens every day of the week during the winter, and we run a summer camp unit just for teens. The reality is kids and families here on the Cape are struggling. They're struggling to make ends meet. Boston Globe just had an article that said that parents pay more than their mortgage for childcare. So the reality for people who live on Cape Cod is that their jobs are in the service sector, a lot of them, they're in the trades, they're not making a huge amount of money. So an affordable program where their kids can go and not just be watched when parents are at work, but be given impactful programs that lead to statistics like that makes such a difference for our kids. I can't even begin to thank you enough for that. My budget, we're a private nonprofit, we're not government funded. We only have a small grant from the DPH, Department of Public Health, for youth at risk. The rest of my budget of $839,000 has to be raised from scratch every single year. So every donation, every dollar, every $5, any amount that people want to contribute, help us provide the programs that lead to those statistics and lead to huge impacts for our kids. So thank you so much for your support of my kids. Right now we have about 1,000 members, and we're averaging about 50 kids a day right now, and that's building. And frankly, you kept us going through COVID. We Zoomed the kids every day live, we did videos, but as a year ago, last June, we opened in person, and we're open in person full time now. So thank you for that.
Next, we have Christ the King Church, Matthew 25, Deb Journalist.
I didn't know which part of the alphabet we're going to use for so we got to see. So first I want to start off by thanking the Seabury Women's Club for this generous donation. It enables us, through our Matthew 25 fund, to run a pantry every week. Our pantry provides groceries, up to 8 bags per family, for 75 to 100 families every week. We actually bring in 5,000 pounds of food from the Greater Boston Food Bank, and that's what we use, and we use donations that come from many of our local farms. Sprout Farm being one of them, so keep that in mind. They're very generous. They actually have a field for us. So we keep our families fed because you can't do anything if you don't eat. So, and this also allows us to help another arm of Matthew 25, which is our financial assistance and resource group. And what we do in that is help people in emergency situations, financial need for rents, heat, mortgage, car repair so they can go to work. And we also suggest highly they use our pantry because if they save money on their food, they can afford these other areas of bill paying. So we do a lot of budgeting as well. I also want to applaud a baby center. We work with them. We're an arm for them. We give diapers each week to those in need. And that is huge because diapers are very expensive, as are female and male needs, because we do the adult products as well. One thing that's not often known is that food stamps do not pay for any of those goods. It pays only for food. No paper goods, no female needs, no baby needs. So it's wonderful to have this opportunity to work with the baby center as well and help our babies too. Because a lot of folks used to say to us, we can't afford to drive to Hyannis to a baby center. I don't have enough money to do that. So fortunately, we worked with the baby center and we have a satellite. So thank you for that. And we're doing some work with the county now too, as far as doing deliveries for homebound folks. And that's working out very well also. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Kathy Delaney was supposed to come from Falmouth Service Center, but she called in this morning and they weren't able to come because they give out the food today and she's very short-staffed. She did send me a little note, said, we are so incredibly grateful for your continued partnership. Thank you so much for understanding. I have attached a flyer with lots of key info from last year. We are still open for food distribution 4 days a week and are running most of our programs in a modified way. And she also has a chart here with numbers of what they've done all last year during COVID. 7,299 individuals served, 61,009 bags of groceries, 24,000 volunteer hours, 654 volunteers, 1,435 turkeys donated, and there are a few more items. So they really, the Falmouth Service Center has done a lot, and I'm sorry, I'll be mailing this to county today. So anyway, thank you to the Falmouth Service Center. Next, and thank you for waiting, all these good speakers. Sean Egan with the Mashpee Scholarship.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks to all of you once again. I've been here a few years now. A lot of the other organizations, I've seen the faces as well. And thanks to all your hard work. It's not just our group. All that you do here, raising money, goes to our organization as well as the others. And there's a great need for everything and all the services provided here. As mentioned, my name is Sean Egan. I'm the chairman of the Mashpee Scholarship Foundation Trust. Our organization has been around for over 2 decades now. And was started by local citizens who want to give back, many of whom are retired teachers. Some still on the committee are some of my former teachers. Deb Vaughn is a member of our organization. She works hard and brings enthusiasm and smile and sense of humor to our group as well. But what we do is we raise scholarship money for kids from the town of Mashpee that go to college. They go to either Mashpee High School and Cape Cod Tech. The primary beneficiaries of our organization are students from Mashpee High, but we do have a few from Cape Cod Tech as well. We have, over the past 2 decades, awarded over hundreds of thousands of dollars, thanks to organizations such as yourself and many other generous individuals. what we do is we raise money for our group. We award money based on the money that we raise, and in addition to that, we work with organizations such as yourself to award and administer scholarships. So, for example, if you have a loved one that you want to keep the memory of, many individuals form a scholarship to give money to students in need in memory of their loved one. As a coincidence, our annual fundraiser is happening with an annual golf tournament, which is the primary fundraiser for our group. And that's going to be in a couple weeks. We have a golf tournament in Willow Bend. If there's any golfers out there, we'd be happy to have you. You can also attend the luncheon afterwards or the dinner afterwards if you want to attend that. But I want to see, Deb, thank you for putting that video together. You can see where your money goes to. Again, not only our organization, but you can see the future, the present and the future there. I have personally benefited from your hard work. My daughter Madison there, the Boyd family, and many others. The Women's Club in New Seabury is probably one of the longest standing partners that we work with throughout the year. And I know that all of you don't have to be here, you don't have to put in the time, but you do. That's a testament to your moral character and just the good people that you are. So I just want to say thank you once again. Thanks for the great lunch, and thanks for inviting me here, and I appreciate your hard work. Thank you.
Lynn Waterman from the Senior Center.
Good afternoon, everyone. My first question is always, can everyone hear me? Again, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I'm representing the Mashpee Council on Aging for your generosity over the years, which supports our holiday gift program for Mashpee older adults who might otherwise be forgotten. So it's a big part of what we do every year, and you're a big part of that, and we appreciate that so very much. The Mashpee Council on Aging is a Town of Mashpee department, so we are your town government at work for you. If you're an older adult, we're a care partner, and we are located at the Mashpee Senior Center in that beautiful facility that's next to the wonderful library as well. We do a number of different programs. Our major programs are the activity program that runs Monday through Friday, and it's, you can imagine all the activities, book clubs, art classes, exercise groups. One of your members, I won't say who, comes to our Zumba class, which is pretty, she's very so we have all those different activities, and it's really to help people remain independent, to be physically well, mentally engaged, and socially connected. So that's the big part of what our activity program does. We also have a minibus, so we do offer transportation services, so for folks to get to medical appointments and grocery shopping. That's another big program that we offer. We have an outreach program, which basically is we have 2 outreach coordinators that help people remain safe and independent. It's giving people information about local resources and programs and services that can really help them as they go through the aging process. And the last piece of the program is our volunteer program, and we have usually about 150 to 175 volunteers. And by the way, I know Miss Julie Mayo has been one of our wonderful volunteers over the years, so I do want to recognize her. So we have wonderful volunteers that do everything from helping out at activities to being friendly visitors, to calling folks who are shut-ins. So in so many ways they volunteer to help our community be a better place. And again, you are part of that as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming today. Doesn't it make your heart feel good that we work so hard and been able to help these people? And next year it's going to be Deb Vaughn who's going to be the chairperson, so she has her work cut out for her. And thank you again, Jackie Shahoon.